Hey guys, it's Mamu from Nook and Cranny, and I'm sitting here with Oakland's very own K.E.L.L.S.
What up, what up, what up?
For those of you who don't know him, who haven't been on the site, who are asleep, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is K.E.L.L.S, standing for Killing Every Last Line Soulfully. Hopefully you notice me. And I'm from Oakland, California, and I'm here to talk to Nook and Cranny.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about how you got your start in the rap game.
Ooh, starting in the rap game. Man, my first initial start, I want to say in the rap game came 2013.
Okay.
And that's when I had released a project called The Book of K.E.L.L.S. And that was my first project. And actually 2012. And that was my first project to where I was just kind of fresh out of college, you know, was recording songs, and I'm like, all right, I got a little body of work. I don't know what it is, but I got something.
Yeah.
And that was my introduction.
Okay, and then looking back on it, how have you grown and evolved and changed?
I've grown a lot, because to be honest, it was a horrible introduction.
Okay.
You know, a lot of stuff could have been differently.
Yeah.
Could have been done differently. But I want to say the way I've grown and changed now is just the way I'm more decisive the way I do things.
Okay.
I plot out things a lot more, take my time doing stuff, and I realize that everything isn't a rush, so not to make everything a rush.
Okay. And then K.E.L.L.S, how did you come up with that name? And was that your first stage name, or did you have other ones, maybe some whack ones?
Nah, it's actually always has been K.E.L.L.S.
Okay.
K.E.L.L.S is my nickname I got when I was in 7th grade. My homie used to like R. Kelly, and he was like, hey, K.E.L.L.S. So, you know, it went from that. But when it really became my artist name, I remember came from, it was a summer break, and I was in college. And you'll laugh, Drake had a song, and he said, do right and kill everything. And when I heard that, I was like, kill everything, K-E. And then from there, I was like, nah, I'm going to run with it. And I was like, well, killing every. And I was like, what am I going to do with it? I'm like, last line, soulfully.
Got it. And you mentioned college. Where did you go?
I went to Howard University.
Okay, and how is Howard different, or how is over yonder different than California?
It's a big difference. To be honest, one thing I will say, on the East Coast, you find a lot more black people there. Now, I mean, I went to an HBCU, so of course, you know, I was going to see a ton of, you know, black people. But just the environment is a lot different on the East Coast. It's definitely a little bit more fast-paced too. You know, you bump into a lot of people, meet a lot of people. Yeah. So that's the biggest thing I'll say about the East Coast.
Okay, and then how about so did you start rapping when you were over at Howard?
Actually, so technically I started rapping home. Okay. Really at 18, 19 is when I really first kind of started rapping. And then I went off to college, and that's where I kind of honed my skills. I locked myself up a lot, and I would write a lot, and then I would come home during breaks, and I'd be out in the town a lot, and they'd just give me even more stuff to talk about. Yeah. And then I just kept on growing and sharpening my sword from there.
Did you do a lot of or did you do any performances while you were out there?
Honestly, no, I was too shy then. It sounds funny. I feel like I had more stage fright back then. It's weird to perform now to think about back then, but yeah, back then I just wasn't ready.
So how'd you get over that? You were just one day you know what, fuck it.
One day, and I have to thank Anthony Petty for this. You know, that's also a big brother to me, and he's also one of my engineers. One day, he was listening to me rap, and you know, we were talking how I just need to perform, and then he was like, all right, bro, fuck it, come on, let's go. And we went to, I forget who was performing. There's a lot of people performing that night, but D-Nas was hosting it. And we decided just to slide on D-Nas and ask, could I get a set for Fresh Steps? Okay. And when I slid on him, you know, at first he was like, well, you know, I'll give you a 7-minute set. Right. And then from there, from as soon as he told me I had that set, I was rehearsing that night until the next day, just trying to make sure I had everything right. And then when I went to perform, you know, I killed my set, and you know, and D-Nas let me know that, and then from there, it's just been history.
If you guys don't know, he's currently working on a project. How has that been? How long have you been working on it?
Now I want to say I've been working on the project really it's 1.5 to 2 years, but mainly 1.5 years.
Okay, and how did you know okay, now it's ready to be put out?
When everything started aligning together and it didn't really feel forced. It didn't feel like I was trying to make this song and make it match. it started coming together on its own. Once I just started making a ton of songs and shifting through stuff, I saw the picture and everything kind of come together.
Okay.
So that's when I realized, okay, I got a project now.
Okay, and then on this project, how do you think you've grown from your last project?
One thing I want to say is that I've gained a lot more control in the sense of just kind of like honing my own voice and my own sound. And even like the whole creative process in which I wrote for this, I feel like it's a lot different than kind of what I've done before. I mean, I've always been real storyteller based in the way I know I do a lot of my rhymes and stuff. But I don't know, it just had a lot more meaning this second time around. It was more diving into my own self-reflection, as well as kind of taking in everybody else even more. I've always tried to feel around me and feel everybody's energy and hear everybody's story, but this time a lot of these stories were even more closer to heart than usual.
Y'all, I got a little sneak peek of the project, a little smidget, and you're singing on this project. So how did that come about?
That came about when I started hearing songs and I was like, well, you know what? I have certain harmonies that I had in my head and I was kind of passionate about just kind of getting it out. So then I was like, well, you know what? Let me just go ahead and try it. Let me just go ahead and just feel the song out, try to harmonize it, sing as best as I could. A lot of the stuff, it was funny. I actually sang and then thinking of other people to sing on top of it. But then MB, he's also big bruh and the engineer. When he heard certain stuff, he was like, nah, keep it. Like, use your voice.
Yeah.
So then at that point, I was like, all right, well, let me just go ahead and test the waters and try to do more stuff.
So are you a singing nigga now? Is that what you do? You singing in these streets? Or
Nah,
you gonna get an R&B record? Or
no, it's bad. No. It's bad.
But maybe you gonna keep singing and harmonizing.
I will continue to harmonize. But I don't think you'll see me with an R&B tape. That's not really in me like that.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, I love R&B music, but it's not in me like that.
Okay.
What I really want everybody to feel from this project is kind of, in a sense, my public service announcement. You know, I feel like a lot of the stuff we've been getting from different artists, I won't say it sounds the same, but you know, it's just different vibes and different type of sounds. And I feel like I'm coming almost with more of a 90s sound again, but in the same sense of my own, you know, genuine voice that you can hear. And I just want people to really feel even more of a sense of me as an artist and me as a person. And feeling me, honestly, I feel like you'll be able to feel yourself because I'm being honest with everything I'm saying.
Okay. And then as far as Oakland is concerned, how has it shaped you as an artist and like the content of your music?
Oakland, honestly, same way Pac said, Oakland put me on game. Oakland really helped me kind of hone in my artistry because there's so many different type of artists. I know we've been real publicized by the hyphy movement and you know, publicized by other people for the hyphy movement. But with this one, honestly, I feel like I'm able to speak for Oakland as Oakland's little brother in a different way. You know, now I'm not the hyphiest, but I'm no square bear either. You know, I've lived in Oakland and seen a lot of things, and Oakland has kind of gave me a backbone to want to speak and have a voice.
Okay. If you could tell 10-year-old K.E.L.S anything, what would you tell him? Oh, I stumped him, guys.
That's a good one. Don't be so nervous and speak your mind. I've always been kind of quiet, and I think sometimes I was nervous to say what I wanted to say or how I really felt. And I think I would tell myself, like, speak your mind and don't be afraid because people are listening.
Okay. One, how do you hope that your music affects like this up and coming generation? And then secondly, what do you hope your music will do for Oakland?
For the up and coming generation, I hope that my music can just give them an idea of you don't have to really stick to a lane or really just stick to try to do what everybody else does. If that's what you like to do what you like to do. But I feel like me just being a different type of voice and from Oakland, it gives everybody the idea like, okay, you know what, I could actually talk about, you know, going out and picking up a newspaper, I hear gunshots, and now I'm about to go to the grocery store. Like, I like to keep it more like life-based to make sure everybody can like feel me. And for the city of Oakland, honestly, I just hope I make Oakland proud when it's time. Honestly, I think these days, I know the city will show me love when it's time.
Right.
And I know everything has its timing, so when I feel like it'll be my time to be on the front stage and have people listening, I feel like Oakland will be proud.
Okay. And then you talked a little bit about your sound. and I know you know where I'm going with this question. You know, I'm sure you've heard. Maybe you kind of sound like a particular rapper by the name of Kendrick. Never heard that before?
At all.
So how do you feel? Like, is it like a compliment? Is it like, bruh, if somebody compared me to Kendrick one more goddamn time?
For me, when I first started hearing that, it used to kind of get underneath my skin. I didn't really all the way like it. Like, I would kind of be, you know, don't say that. Then later on, I started realizing that people took it as a compliment. I mean, like, people like meant it as a compliment. So then I started taking it more as a compliment. Like, okay, you know, they're trying to actually show me love because everybody holds him to a real high regard. Now it's really to the point I don't really trip at all because I hear my own voice and I know what I am growing with. So now when I hear it, I just smile because it's just kind of like, no, I know I don't, but like I get where you're coming from, and that's tight because that's really somebody who's dope.
And then I mean, there's a lot of mediums that you could use to tell a story or express yourself. Why did you choose rap?
I felt like rapping really gave me the loudest voice. To be honest, I felt like I can't draw, and, you know, once again, I can't sing.
But he's singing on this
project,
so he can kind of sing, guys.
Like I said before, I can sing, but I can't sang with the A. I said that one time, I say it again. And for real, I just feel like rapping allowed me to paint everything how I wanted to.
Okay.
And not like I'm trying to like give anybody any false stories, but like it allowed me to really see the canvas and be like, okay, let me get out what I want people to see, and so they can see what I'm seeing. So.
Did you, or when was that moment where you had like okay, yeah, I'm a rapper, like I do this?
Oh, that moment. What was that moment? To be honest, the moment I actually performed at Fresh Steps, that was really kind of like, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm out here now.
Yeah.
Like, I hopped on the stage, grabbed the mic, rapped in front of everybody, sweated my ass off. I'm like, nah,
no turning back now.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm in it now. So that was really my moment where it's like, okay.
And I always wonder, like, how it's like to be on stage and perform and people know your words. Like, how does that, like, feel?
It's an interesting feeling because, you know, for a while, like, I wasn't having that, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a new artist, but then it's the first time I actually heard people saying stuff with me and kind of even like repeating stuff back. I was just like, I'm like, oh man, that's crazy. Like, it's just crazy how far your words can go.
Right.
And that's what really hit me.
And then on this particular project, are there any features on it?
There are a couple features. My homegirl of the name Lolo, she's actually been out here. You'll see her do a lot of performances with Queen's Delight.
Okay.
Yeah, she works for her a lot, but she got on a few tracks for me, and I appreciate her highly for that. And I got another homegirl by the name of Jalan. She's also a singer. You know, more kind of like low rated right now, low key, but she's working on a lot. So I know she's about to come with, you know, projects and some more stuff. But really, those are like the main like features. Everything else, you know, is kind of like, you know, homies are on the tape, you know, maybe saying stuff, but, you know, like those are like the two like features.
Right. Is there a reason why because you know, a lot of times there are a lot of projects that I've listened to and they're feature heavy. Is there a reason why you kind of like stepped away from that route?
I just wanted to make sure that everybody did hear my voice loud and clear and felt my growth, not like I was piggybacking off of somebody else's growth, but that they really saw, you know, me. And it's funny you mentioned that because initially the tape did have some features, even like some artists like you may know of, but later on when I started listening to the music and how everything came together, I realized I felt like I was force fitting the features. You know, I don't want to just force fit it. Like, and them same features should also know whenever they want to make music again, it's good. But, you know, I just wanted to make sure everything came off real natural and genuine.
Okay. Do you want to shout out your producers?
Yes, I can shout out my producers. You got Drew, the homie Drew. He's part of the Wave Bros. He's on there. Spencer Stevens is a producer that's on there.
Shout out to the Wave Bros.
Yeah, shout out to the Wave Bros for sure. Irk the Jerk is on there.
Dope.
Producer. My homie A-Kicks.
Okay.
He's also part of a clique I'm with, like ODS. You know, we're building a lot of stuff. But A-Kicks. The homie Chose does a lot of photography for me. So Chose is on it.
Dope.
Homie by the name of Corbin Butler. He's from SoCal.
Okay.
I met him actually at Howard. he's been doing his thing too, but he laced me every now and then with a couple beats, so I got him on there.
Okay.
By a homie by the name of Nabian. Nabian is also from SoCal, but he was living in the Bay for a second. He was doing school up here, and then he went back down to SoCal. So Nabian's on it, and I got
Sorry if we forget you.
But I won't. Hold on. Norvis Jr., the homie from Texas, I actually met him performing at another homie's show. Her name is Nappy Nina. Shout out Nappy Nina. And I was performing at her event, and me and bro ran into each other. We talked, we linked. He shot me over a couple beats, and then at that point, I'm like, oh yeah, I like this dude too. So
Dope.
Norvis, me and Norvis got a song on there.
Okay.
And the homie named Zenon. Zenon actually produced the beat that made it to the tape. So yeah.
Dope. Is there a particular track that's like your favorite?
Especially around this time period right now, I think my favorite track is a track called Let Me Live.
Okay.
Let Me Live is definitely speaking on, I feel like, a lot of stuff that we all can feel right now. And it's not just about, police brutality, but honestly, just kind of like brutality in the city that I have seen. And, just kind of like the song says, Let Me Live. I feel like when people hear that one, they'll see that it's real heartfelt.
Okay. And then any shout outs? Whoever you want to shout out?
First, let's shout out After Hours Studio, since that's where we're hosting this interview, definitely.
Yes.
And
thank you, guys.
Thank you. Shout out to MB's also doing the sound, helping us run this.
You guys, literally, we had like so many problems, and he helped us. Captain saved us, okay? So thank you.
Captain saved us, but I ain't no hoe.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say it.
Yeah,
I didn't say it.
No, I'm messing with you. Also, shout out, I could go through the click. Shout out GQ, shout out 8 Kicks, shout out Zenith, shout out Boom, shout out Eyes Low, shout out to you and Nook and Cranny. Shout out to ODS. ODS stands for One Day Soon, so that's all something we all can live by.
That's true.
Man, who else do I want to shout out? Shout out, once again, I said to Anthony Petty, who's also helping me, engineer the project. Like I said, MPs. And that's really where shout out my mom.
I was about to say, come on.
I love my mom. Actually, my mom helped inspire a couple songs from the tape that I feel like a lot of people will enjoy. So definitely shout out moms.
That's dope.
And that's really where it's at right now.
Shout out to Oakland.
Shout out to Oakland, of course. That's every day. But
True.
just showing my love to everybody. So that's a shout out.
And your project is coming out in
sometime in July.
Okay. And where can we find you? Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud.
So Instagram, you can find me at last name K.E.L.L.S. K.E.L.L.S is K.E.L.L.S. Same thing for Twitter. SoundCloud is a little different. SoundCloud is K.E.L.L.S, but you gotta put the dots between everything, so it's K.E.L.L.S. And that's where you can find me. I'm working on getting the site, but when that gets up, I'll have all that information for you.
Awesome, guys. Well, stay blessed.
Saw fiends flipping out the imagery was kind of scary. Everybody in my town wants to be legendary. I can look into your eyes and see if you're not ready.